What up, guys? All right, I think we're live. Long time no see, everybody. It's been a hot minute. Now, before we start, I would like to apologize ahead of time if my power goes out. We got some nasty thunderstorms in this area, and the power went out one time already for a few minutes. So if the stream just cuts out, it's not my fault. It's it's God striking down with angered justice. Alrighty, dude. Oh man, dude, we got so much. I go on vacation. By vacation, I mean I just chill for a couple weeks, and we're so far behind now. I don't even know where to start. We have a lot of stuff to go over. Today is going to be. Obviously, we're grabbing the new character. A big fan of UMP40, so we're gonna be doing some gambling. We're gonna cover a little bit of CN news, not too much. I'm gonna try and. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll just cover some other random stuff. And I don't know, maybe we'll just hang out and do some other things. We have nothing that absolutely needs to get done tonight. It's a new event. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about Corpusant, because that got crazy. I didn't want to say anything during the previous stream because I kind of knew like what happened in part 1, but what happened in part 2, I kind of like purposely kept myself in the dark, and that escalated. That escalated quickly. So we might take a little bit of a lore sidetrack and talk a little bit about that. So let me just take a sip here, and we're gonna, like I said, kind of probably do CN news first as a way for people to trickle in, because it's been a hot minute since we had one of these streams. But I very much needed the break. So let's talk a little bit about. Let me just double check. So I wanted to talk about Sopmod, but they don't have the skills detailed yet, and she's really confusing. Because to be honest, the main appeal of Sopmod is that she is. Let's see. Oh, this is always dangerous to do this while you're streaming live. Let me see. Where's my Discord capture? News feed. All right, let's see. Hopefully you don't see all the degenerate servers I'm in. All right, good. I cut it off. This way you don't see all the roleplay servers that I'm a part of. But so they got the this is just the CN news feed on the official Discord here. And they have some of Sopmod's stuff previewed. This is, same artwork we saw. The in-game model, in my opinion, looks a little better than the artwork, but it's still not really my style. I'm not gonna harp on it too much, because I know that's a very hot topic these days. But I also am probably just gonna end up getting the racing skin and just calling it a day and just take my losses. Stream shutting down on Lainey would be fitting. I hope not. I hope she doesn't hack the stream and ruin everything. The main appeal of Sop is that she's the best murder dog. Yes, she is. She is. But we've kind of. I mean, I don't know. It's still a little bit there, right? Like, so this is just some of the animations. This is like really crappy, like quality, right? Like it's so pixelated, but like she's still got the murder doggo aesthetic going on. It's just. I don't know. The rest of the design's just not for me. I do like the tanks on the backpack look kind of cool, but do they show it here? There's a preview of something. I don't remember. They don't show her skill abilities, right? Like that's the big appeal of this unit, is that she's like the first dual element unit, and like one of her skills switches between like fire and ice tiles and stuff. I want actual details before we get too much into this. So, but we'll just kind of put this on the back burner for next time. Luckily the cool thing about Sopmod is she is a popular enough character that there's a good chance she gets the Robella treatment and she gets like 3 different costumes. See, look at that. What a happy little murder doggo. So there's a good chance that she gets multiple skins in the future. Let's switch that. The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly, very briefly, was they opened up the official store. Let's see if I can pull this up here. For those of you who are not in the know, they opened up like the merchandise store. I don't want to say it's specifically for United States. I think it ships outside the US, but I think a lot of these are restricted as far as where they ship. So if you guys are interested in merch, no, I'm not affiliated. No, I don't get any money. I'm just shilling for free. He does it for free. I'm just shilling for free. There's some cool stuff in here. Like, I mean, I'm not really, this is, you know, not really my kind of aesthetic for a keyboard. Like, I can't really see. But like, you know, it's like the Klukai keyboard. Can you see it a better picture? Not really. I don't know what this little thing on the side is here. Like, supposed to like take it with you? I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of cool merchandise on here. I know a lot of people are really into the figurines. I don't give a shit about figurines, but this one's the only extra interesting one because you get like an in-game portrait if you buy it. So you can like flex in-game to let people know that you spent $60 on these. My understanding is that, like I said, if you're in some parts of the world where they don't ship, I'm gonna assume this store is probably located, like this warehouse is in California somewhere, but it's gonna show as not available. Like for me, obviously all this stuff is pre-order, but I've seen people that were complaining. They're like, "Oh, it's out of stock already." Well, the only reason it's showing up as out of stock is because you are in a part of the world that they don't ship to. So you just have to, once again, either get it from an in-between like eBay or I don't know, do something else. So just be patient, right? Wait, they'll probably expand this in the future, especially if there's enough hype for it. So lots of cool stuff here, I guess, if you're into that. I was hoping for, this is actually really cool, the Mr. Pizza. There's a bigger version of this, like a plush doll. But so yeah, there's like a bunch of cool stuff in here. They don't have any Project NeuroCloud stuff though. Oh dude, it's like they memory hold the whole game. It's like we don't talk about that. Right? I'm pretty sure I double checked. There's like nothing from NeuroCloud in here at all. Like they just don't want it. It's so weird to me too, because NeuroCloud was such a good game. Like it was such a high quality game for that genre. Right? Oh, here, these are the cool things too, right? There's like an umbrella and there's like this cool little tote bag. And there's a water bottle somewhere too, right? Or I guess that's part of this, huh? Oh, I see. The water bottle goes in the tote bag. This is kind of cool. I might actually grab myself one of these. Kind of sick. But yeah, it's like Project NeuroCloud was like, for that genre of like auto battler, like it was really well done. I thought it was a great game. I had lots of fun with it. It's just they don't want to. So I guess it's not part of the main franchise. So get fucked, I guess. There's a global and a US store. I think this is the global US store, Shadow. I don't think they're separate. Oh, here, you're looking for the links here. It's literally just this. Let me put the link in chat here. Unless there's a different link for the, whatever, the global store. They use that in quotations. I ordered the Klukai hand pup. There's a oh, this thing here? No, this is a body pillow. Wait, this is a body pillow? What? Oh, like a really small one. No, it's a long one. This is awesome. I didn't even see this last time. Oh, this is hilarious. Where's the hand puppet? Is this the hand puppet? Oh, it comes with a Meech Tea and a Klukai, or you get to pick, I guess. Like I said, there's some cool stuff on here. There's like some creative things. Like the lava mouse pad. I'm surprised they didn't like go full memes on this one, right? The lava being flat joke has been done to death, but does it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. They made a very tasteful mouse pad. They're like, all right, let's not throw hands over the merchandise. Let's not offend the community. I was tempted to buy the long cat pillow, but the shipping was super expensive. How much does it give you an estimate here? Well, I'll take your word for it. I'd imagine it's a little harder to ship that because it's like a little bigger. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. This is cool too, like these like medals. I don't know what you would do with these. Like the idea is really awesome. This is like cool, like collection stuff. I'm all about this kind of stuff. I just don't know what I would do with it. You'd have to make like a little GFL2 shrine in your room and like put all your merchandise together with it. So, and then obviously, like I said, a lot of these a lot of these like figurines and stuff. These are actually cheaper than I thought they would be, right? Like this one's $70. It seems kind of expensive, but not really. Like I know a lot of these figures and stuff can go for buku bucks. When I go to the there's a big anime convention here in Chicagoland called Anime Central, and whenever I go to that, I see like there's vendors and they have tons of these figures, just like mountains of them, and the prices can get kind of crazy, like $200 to $300. So 70 seems like a really good deal if you're into this stuff. Such a weird one to have, right? It's like the NTW20, but her pre-mod. I don't know. This must have been like they must have bought a bunch of these and they're just sitting in a warehouse and nobody's buying them. So they're like, I don't know, put it up for sale. So this is interesting too. This one is, the only reason this one's interesting is because this is a relatively new skin, right? Like they made this skin back in December. Like it like launched globally, not just for our servers, but for Xeon servers too. So they must have had this like ready to go and like in production when they had like released it. So I don't know. Like I said, if you're into this stuff, it's cool. Like I said, there's lots of random stuff. Oh, these are kind of sick too. Got like their symbol, like for the class symbol. Are there any spoilers in here? Do we get any? I'm looking at like the body types, SSD 62D. We have any? Nope. This is all real standard stuff, but it's cool nonetheless. So, okay, moving on. I don't want to fawn off merch too much. Like I said, I'm unpaid chill. Does it for free. Some Euro platoon mates saw shipping costs higher than the item cost. Yeah, I could easily see that. You have to go to checkout and see, and the shipping on the long cat is $60. I'm gonna guess that they're probably just using like a default shipping method, like I don't know, man. Maybe UPS, and UPS tends to be kind of expensive, right? Like I don't expect Mika to like have known all the little tricks of the trade of getting like affordable shipping for a lot of this stuff. Like for example, if you're on eBay and you're selling stuff, because I've sold stuff on eBay before, if you're setting up an eBay account and you're selling things, the shipping can get out of control really quickly if you don't know what to do. Like eBay makes it really easy too. They have like a built-in deal with the United States Postal Office, and so you get like discounted shipping on, I think it's called like Ground Advantage or whatever it is. But if you like pick some of the other ones, like let's say you just go FedEx Premium or FedEx even Standard, like you could easily be paying like double or triple shipping costs. So maybe Mika just hasn't figured it out yet, and those are just like the default prices it's generating, just because they don't know what to do yet. I could see it being very expensive to ship to like the UK and Europe though. Sorry, Euros. That's just, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we lost the packages in Frankfurt. Let's not talk about Frankfurt. Actually, that's a good segue, Shadow, into the Corpusant discussion. I don't know. Should I start gambling? I don't know. It's 15 minutes in. I feel like we've waited. Maybe we should gamble and talk about Corpusant at the same time. The Corpusant story, I said I don't want to. Whatever, dude. If you guys missed the story, it's your own damn fault at this point. Spoiler warning. It's like from here on out, I'm talking spoilers, so cover your ears and just mute the video if you don't want to hear spoilers. But, and then let me just double check before we start gambling here. I think we're on a brand new 50-50. Yep, Boy Messina, and I don't even know if we're getting the weapon. I forgot what this one does. It's kind of juiced with the stats. But the 20% defense ignore is only for her, and then this auto gets enabled because of her like abilities, but 35 defense, but it's not for the team. It's just for the person using the weapon. Yeah, okay. This is a maybe. That's a maybe. We'll see how the gambling goes. I mean Svarog's right there. It's free and it's right there. Mostly getting her for collection purposes anyway. Okay, let's start gambling. I'm gonna gamble and slowly talk. But yes, the Corpusant story escalated like freaking crazy. I thought it was like kind of continue down the whole like, oh look at all the backstabbing of the corpos and like everyone's like playing games behind the scenes, you know, blah blah. And then it's like, oh bro, by the way, we're going back to Nirvana, which segued into what Shadow had just mentioned about the Frankfurt. So it seems like they're rewriting some of the story of like what happened in Frankfurt, and it's like super confusing. And I had like a trauma dump with one of my boys the other day discussing this, and it's like I've just kind of resigned myself to we're just gonna have to wait and find out, because trying to make sense of the story currently with the way they're like rewriting some of it is a mess. Like the Frankfurt story, even though it technically they did it in GFL1 and I played through the event and read all of it, even though that they did that, it seems like they're like, Lamau, just kidding. That's not actually what happened. So who knows? But yes, anyway, so they canonized the whole Nirvana thing, which I really hope they kind of didn't do, because that opens up a lot of questions. Like Nirvana, the whole idea of Nirvana came from a different event, which I believe they're rerunning in GFL1 right now, which was, I forgot the name of it. It's the stupid one with the tarot cards. Like it melted my brain, but not in a good way. It melted my brain because of like, they try to get really artsy sometimes when they write, and sometimes they get so artsy, you're just like sitting there and you're like, what the hell is going on? And I sometimes think it's like, okay, maybe I'm just not smart enough. My 50 IQ is not, you know, up there to comprehend what these genius writers are writing. But then I see other people asking the same question, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's the writers that are just missing the point a little bit. But anyway, the event in GFL1 that's going on right now, that's a rerun. I cannot remember the name of it, but that's the event where they kind of explored the idea of Nirvana, which is like, oh, let me just summarize it it kind of canonized the, thank you, Cartesian theater. Thank you, Shadow. It canonized the idea of alternate timelines and alternate realities. And I'm very cautious whenever someone does that in a story, because it gets really messy really quickly. It just introduces so many problems. It gets a convenient writer plot, which I guess we're in soft pity now. Let's see, this should be it. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna stop talking for a second. Gotta hype it up. Okay, here we go. Let's remember, every single temple that I waste on this banner is a temple I don't have for G41, which is apparently never gonna come ever, but you know. Yes! Sabrina? No, it's the other Sabrina. Ah, fantastic. Wait, we have 9 more now, guys. You know what that means. Nah, he can't. It's not possible. Surely. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do it again. Unless... Okay, alright. I mean, we've become so intoxicated on this channel that it's like single winning a 50-50, that's not good enough anymore. We really just the first 50-50 win just puts us into the bracket of, okay, now we're getting hyped because we're gonna get the double. Maybe one day we'll get the triple. Man, I don't know what I would do if I got a triple. Okay, I think, oh man, that was pretty good. How many we're at? We're sitting at like 400-ish. And then a whole oh, look at this. Dude, he's throwing. He didn't even buy the monthly ones. What's this guy doing? Get these two. Get this. Did I not wishlist this stuff? Oh my god. So bad at this game. He goes on stream and he tells people how to play, but he doesn't even know how to play. He just sits there and talks about the lore. Okay, so we crushed it. I don't know. The crush is kind of an exaggeration, but we did pretty good. We are at, like I said, 300 there, and then where was I was looking for Doritos? We got a lot of Doritos, another 200. So okay, we're at like 600-ish pulls. So we're still in the Gucci territory. I don't think we're gonna get the weapon, and I don't think we're gonna get any duplicates. I think we're just gonna take our luck, and we're just gonna leave. I'm gonna reset the background now. Congratulations, we finally get to update the background. I mean, I guess I could have updated it for AK-15, but cool beans. I mean, I guess we're done, right? See you guys later. Bye. Just kidding. Just kidding. Let's level her up. Who's using the... Oh... Lena's using it right now? I don't know. Whatever, we'll do the weapon later. I'll figure that out later. We'll just do some level ups. Anyway, back to what we were talking about with Corposant. So, introducing alternate timelines gets really messy. It's convenient, a very convenient storyline plot, because you can just write all sorts of nonsense and then just say, Lamau, just kidding, didn't actually happen. That was the other timeline that happened. And I don't like actually hate it all the time. Like, for example, the movie, we were talking about this too, the movie Day After Tomorrow with the guy, Tom Cruise, the guy. Really awesome movie. Like I said, that was like essentially the same plot. He kept like resetting time and going back and like redoing how things play out until he gets the correct timeline that he wanted. And there's been other stories and games and stuff that have managed to do alternate timelines and stuff in a good way. Like I said, Project Neurocloud had an amazing event with Steins Gate collaboration that they did alternate storylines, because in that it's all about like they call them world lines in that, but same thing. Really cool idea, but it gets really messy really quick if you don't plan it out very well. And I'm a little nervous that's what happens, because the bigger and more complex, like those stories were fine because they were self-contained and they ended, right? Like at the end of the movie, whatever, I forgot, Tom Cruise, I don't know, saves the day. Well, he does the cool stuff and he saves the day. And at the end of Steins Gate collaboration, right, they close the story and it's like, okay, now we're going back to just one timeline. The problem is every time you open up the Pandora's box of like, okay, what could be happening in alternate timelines and stuff, it gets messier and messier because you have more and more things that need to get changed and retconned. And wait a minute, you know what? I just realized. I had to realize we didn't get the outfit. Hell yeah, dude. We'll use some of these million credit tokens I have. Easy game for babies. All right, cool. I beat the game. Of course, I want to wear it now. Throwback, right in the nostalgia. Now, where were we? But so let me explain that a little further. So the first thing that came to mind in the Corposant story was, once again, we're big spoilers. So after they get sucked into Nirvana, which I guess, well, there's a lot of things happening. So Orphaluna gets sucked into Nirvana. She steps in front of the commander and she, I guess, absorbs the Nirvana beam and she gets sucked up. It's implied that he or she is radiated with it, and I guess that's how he remembers who she is. But so she's in Nirvana and she's doing the alternate timeline nonsense. This is like, okay, well, we're gonna rewrite things a little bit. So when that gets resolved, she stays, sends Helena back. The commander is like the only person that remembers. Well, there's 3 people that remember. There's the commander seems to remember. Igla seems to remember, although we'll see how long she's gonna stay alive. You know, she's probably gonna die soon. But she apparently remembers, because the very last thing she says was she was asking about the young mistress, so it's implied that she remembers who she is. And then the third person is, I guess, Chiliovag, but they didn't really explain. Like, she's, quote, alive again, but they didn't really talk about if she has her current memories. She didn't say anything. She just woke up, and the mysterious person in the background, who's clearly William, is just like, Lamau, I cut your brain open and I woke you back up, and I used my power of being the main villain to just progress the story and bring you back to life so that we could, do whatever. So but I don't remember if she know. I mean, it would be implied that she knows because she saw her there in Nirvana. But here's the part that already is, for me, starting to be a problem. It's like, okay, so Orphalune in this timeline now doesn't exist, according, because like I said, Groza looks it up. Groza's like, oh, this person died. It's like, you know, the daughter of the CEO of Yarda Group just died in Frankfurt 10 years ago, and that was all they wrote, right? Like, that's her entire biography, is she died 10 years ago as a kid. So who did all the research now to get everything in the story to where it's at? Because remember, Orphalune is the one who's done all the research for Yarda Group / Paradeus to get the, it's not collapse epiphyllums, but it's the whatever plant they're using that like progressed the study that Shilioveg used to get Helena created for the project. So did somebody else step in her place, and just random scientists just step in the place and do it? Like, if she's dead in this timeline, like, you know, who also is in charge of this branch of Yarda Group, right? Like, it already starts to make a problem for me, as far as like, you know, this is the problem of overthinking things. But, you know, you start trying to figure out like how everything, because it's that in this same story now, I'm trying to like think this out as I say it, which is difficult. But so now in this story, Helena still exists. So this research and technology must have still been completed by somebody, including the Eden Project, right? She headed up the entire Eden Project, and now the Eden Project is still supposedly underway. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's kind of messy. It's like, at this point, I've just kind of resolved to go down the, all right, we're just gonna see where this goes, and I'll let them kind of explain it as it happens, because trying to figure out how this all, look at this mood right there, just dead tired. But yeah, so anyway, that was my point, is that once you start doing alternate timelines and stuff, it starts to get really messy, and I hope that they answer some of these questions, or if they're just gonna completely ignore it. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a wild ride. There's lots of other stuff from Corposant that was fun and interesting too, though. I'm catching up on the chat now. We're just gonna, I have so many of these gifts, I'm gonna like start clearing out some of the ones I'm a little overstocked on. All right. So Paul says the Yarda Group scientists and Shiliovec obviously didn't make as much progress because Nirvana was never opened, and Shilio made Helena without the Eden Project. Is that confirmed anywhere? Are you like, tell me, are you peering into the crystal ball of what's happening in the future story, Paul, or is that just like your interpretation of it? Because that's a valid interpretation. Like, it makes sense. I just, you know, it's not really written anywhere, so it's kind of like, I guess you just fill in the blanks, you know. Oh no, I overcapped. I bricked it. Like I said, there's a lot of wiggle room going forward with the story. What's this button do? Oh, I can't even click the button. I'm so poor. I do like how there's like the link right here. It's like, hey man, just buy it. Just buy it. Don't be poor. Just buy it. Sorry. Not today. Not today. Paul says making Helena was all Shilioveg, well, and stealing the one scientist's DNA. She went on a whole rant about how she stole responsibility. Yeah, I know what you're referring to, but like that. Trying to think back to that section of what happened exactly. Laney, are you gonna just do something? Normally you have like an idle animation, right? Like, why you just... Everybody else does stuff, right? What do you... Gonna just stare at me. So as far, I mean, like I said, we have to just assume that the story is essentially everything worked out exactly the same. It's just that, you know, nobody remembers who Orphalune is, which is, that's not my favorite way of doing things. But you know, that is a way of doing things. I don't know. Here, we'll just put some Garbo in here. Oh wait, I might be trolling. Do they even have heroic modes on this? I don't remember. Here, we'll just slap that in there. I don't know, give her one of these. What do we got? Give her this key. Yeah, that's fine. I don't remember how all our keys work. Yeah. No, we don't need this one. We definitely don't need that one. Some of these keys are just like, man, why did they even do this, right? I don't remember. That's kind of important. I'll be honest, guys. It's been a while since I read her kit. I don't remember what all the words of everything mean. Yeah, we'll just do this for now. And let's give her like a real gun. I am gonna borrow this. And sure. Boop. You hit the button. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna have to wait to see what they do with the rest of the story. I'm interested to see where that goes. Like I said, the rest of Corpusant was awesome. Like I said, the escalation. I thought it was really cheesy how they tried to, not cheesy, but it was kind of forced how they like made Voimistina's battle suit part of it. Like it made sense for like the battle scene. It was like a really cool like, oh, here we got like a DBZ style like mech battle scene. But it I don't know. I still don't like the battle suit. There's just no way around it. You can't force me to like the battle suit. All right, what do we got to look? Oh, really? That's it? Just when not protected by cover, you just die. That's the buff. Okay, well, that's easy to work around because this was one of the first heroic modes, I think, right? This is because I'm thinking like when this was supposed to be released on CN side. I want to say this is like one of their first iterations of it. Yeah. Immune to 2 instances of damage while its ability is greater than 0. That's kind of annoying. We're gonna just do a couple of these for fun, and I'm gonna skip the story so we got no spoilers. And then maybe we'll just chill and hang out. But yeah, Paul says, my read is basically everything is the same except some of the more advanced plant techno stuff no longer exists. All the Bojum and third stuff is still there. Yeah, I'm kind of the same feel, is that it seems like we're going with the whole, everything is exactly the same as far as the story, but everyone just forgot who she was, which I'm interested to see how they explain how the commander remembers and stuff, because for example, actually, out of curiosity, can we even do the meme? Does this even work on this game mode? Because it said it's going to ignore 2 instances of damage, but it's pre-battle, so let's find out. Olred will probably slap the crap out of these guys. And who else can we use? Maybe. Ooh, I have an idea. Let's see if this works. But we don't have a healer. Let's just see how this goes real quick. I want to see if Voimistina actually can one-shot everybody. If we're still in Voimistina gaming. So that's a separate rant. Okay, so it did actually blanket. Oh, they're reduced for enemies and allies by 2 tiles. Oh, guys, we can't see. It's super spooky out. Okay, well, you know. Let's just, can we hit everybody? Cool. And then we'll do one of these. Oh, Voimistina, you're gonna get clapped, but it's okay. You'll be fine. Oh, that's right, because she's not in cover. She actually does get kind of really gimped by this this buff. I'm like the little barrel exploded. I'm like, oh, that didn't do anything, but then she amplified it by like 200%. Can you get in range of everybody? Oh, that's right. Range is reduced. Yeah, whatever. They're all stunned for a turn. This will be easy. And then we're going to bring a healer and do this like normal next time. Oh, dude. This is the part where it's revealed that I don't actually know how this character works because I forgot how the abilities work. Let me see. Simulacrum. We need one of these guys. I'm going to have to read her skills here in a second because I've totally forgotten how her kit works. And sure, let's do this. Okay, never mind. It's dead. And then Ulrid's gonna be a champ and just slice everybody. All those instances of damage. Yeah, Paul's like, the commander is just a Shikikan is a blessed one and just was along for the ride. Yeah, I guess that is kind of what happened. I mean, I get it, right? It's like, okay, he's the main character, so it'd be kind of weird if like you just didn't have him do anything in that scene. So they needed to like write it in to make it more interesting, but still, it's funny. Oh man, but yeah, anyway, Coruscant, really cool story. Like I said, it escalated way more than I thought it would. I'm glad they're gonna kind of push forward with this bigger overall story arc about the relics and everything. The other thing that kind of I don't know if interesting is the right word, but the thing that I'm interested in is if they continue down the story path of the relics as far as I wonder what they try and focus more on, right? Are they going to continue to focus on the geopolitical like backstabbing, or are they going to focus on the relics? I feel like the story is the strongest by far when they're talking about like the political maneuvering. They do like a really good job when it comes to writing like that kind of stuff. As far as like I said, like the Corpos, like I said, a Giardi group getting backstabbed by was it Shient Fabricate? I forgot what the other one led by Zimmerman's called. But you know, I feel like they're really good at writing that kind of stuff, and I feel like they kind of don't do a great job writing other stuff. I don't know, who should we use for a healer guy? I mean, the answer is Yuhi. I mean, maybe we should not use Changju. 2 instances of damage. I mean, like I said, if we just bring our Voimastina, that's 1 instance right off the bat. I don't want to really cheese it with her though, even if it's not. Is there another unit that just does a lot of... I mean, Vector Changju would be a really good combo for this. They just... in fact, the whole fire team, but we're trying to use the new... Who else does some fun, interesting things? Who does a lot of instances of damage? Weirdly enough, I think Florence would count for this, because when the bear hits them... Does it say... Well, when the bear hits them for that attack that does 1 damage. Chaos Compound, is that it? Yeah, this one. I bet you this counts. Although this happens at the end of the turn, which maybe is not so useful. And she doesn't fit with any of the other team. Yeah, thanks for coming, Shadow. I'll catch you later, dude. Let's go with what I was doing. We're continuing with the Changju train. Yeah, I said, I really want to see them. Ooh, we are totally surrounded. Go. How far do these guys hit? Oh, the whole map. Oh no, never mind. This is if they have... Let's just try and turtle up right in here until we figure out what they're going to do. As long as everyone's touching 1 piece of cover, we'll be fine. Should go on everyone. But yeah, having the story focus on the Corpos is going to be cool. I hope that Like, I know on the CN side kind of where some of the story starts to go. I think we want to do this direction. And then we just want to... I think that's fine. Just want to do an instance of damage. Let me read these real quick, and we'll get back to our rant about corporal. I don't know, rant isn't really... So let me just use Ulrid to clean this up real quick. Ulrid's so good after her mod key. She slices and she dices. Thought he could live. All right. We're just gonna hang out here, I think. And then let's read this. How does this work again? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Foresight. Make an active attack. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the simulacrum. Simulacrum. I'll say that's the only... You have to ult first, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it cannot be used. Like the enemy 7. Yeah, so you have to use this first to generate a friend. You got a friend in me. Kids don't even know that song anymore. And then can she go deep? Let's... Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're all... Oh, never mind. They're not immune to an instance of damage. I'm wondering why, actually, because they should be immune to 2 hits, right? Oh, when the stability is above 0, reading is hard. Oh my god, you know? So it'll break their stability, and then they'll just... Okay, alrighty. I'm getting the hang of it. It's all coming back to me now. Don't play the game for a couple weeks is what happened. Watch out! She's okay. Oh! A simulacrum. A simulacrum. Let's have to summon a new one. God, that's so rude. Zap. Animations are just so awesome. Oh, can we... I know this is not needed, but can we stun him for style points? Hell yeah, dude. Look at that. Look at that 6 style point stun. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta dance. We gotta keep dancing, dude. Yuhi is that... Have you guys seen that video of like the robot, the restaurant robot that was like dancing? It was like malfunctioning, and all the staff are like trying to stop it. That's Yuhi. That's like that's Yuhi's ancestor. He's just... It's like there's like a video of a robot in like this like restaurant, and I guess it like started it was just there to entertain the guests, right? It's like, you know, one of those robots that like bring you your food and stuff. And oh no, I can't kill him. I'll go invis though. He'll never know. Teleport's behind you. But yeah, the robot's like it's just supposed to bring you food, but it started malfunctioning and it just started dancing because that's like one of the things it did, but it wouldn't stop dancing. That was the problem. And there's like all the staff are like trying to hold it down and like prevent it from dancing and turn it off, but nobody knows how to switch it off. I wish I had that video. If somebody knows that video, put it in the chat here. Purposely doing this one. Oh, it was so anticlimactic. I'm gonna have to get good with Lainey. I'm gonna have to remind myself how to play her. As you can tell, I have not been up to date on the gameplay. I don't... Oh, he's gonna be negative again. Oh, he's gonna be a whiny little crybaby. He's gonna complain. The gameplay of this game has just plummeted off a cliff with me, especially with Boy Mistina. It's like, for like 99.9% of content now, it's like zone in, she nukes everything, and game over. Right? I know eventually that they add some stuff that's not that, and I know Gunsmoke is like, okay, well, she doesn't just kill the boss one hit, but man, it feels bad. It feels like she did so much damage to the game. Like, what were they thinking, guys? What were they thinking? Creating a unit that turn 0 kills everything, or like the vast majority of stuff. It's just, why would you do that? Would you do that? It's like you don't want people playing the game. All they ever, it's a, they focus a lot on the dorm and the crew deck and stuff, which is fine. It's just, I feel like the game has very quickly like totally given up all pretense of like even being a battle simulation strategy game, whatever you want to call it. This is the main focus of the gameplay now, is you know, zooming in on the feet. Oh, I can't even see the feet. Where's, gotta give the people what they want. Yeah, I know at the beach resort there's gonna be feet, but this is like the vast majority of the things they focus on now. Feet here, there's no good, I mean, I guess sharkery, but there you go, there's your feet. And it feels bad. I really wish they would focus on the gameplay more. Okay, rant over. I'm not gonna get started on this. Ooh, do you guys, should we do the forbidden gambling? Ooh, I mean, I wanted to do a 10 pull, but we're also getting close that any single one of these could be the forbidden Clukini. Should I do it, guys? Because I don't want to waste any, right? And if you do a 10 pull, that could be, you might be wasting them if you do that. I need some votes. Someone vote for me right now before I go back to ranting about the feet. Do I gamble the forbidden tickets one at a time, and then next week we'll do one more, and then we'll do one more, and we'll just keep doing that until we get this thing. In fact, I could actually get it, but I'm doing it the way that the devs intended for us poor people to do it. The pity doesn't carry over. I know, that's what I'm saying. The pity from these don't carry over. So I don't want to, quote, waste. Exactly. You gotta do single pulls. I mean, I know you're Jessica, you're a gambling addict, dude. Asking you for advice that's not the way to go. Laney is rough because abilities are dependent on whether you use the clone or Laney. Yeah, that's the part I cannot remember how it works. Like, it's a really cool game design. It's just that it's a little confusing, and I also think that, I mean, everybody knows the damage for her is just not good enough, right? Paul says, I see no difference between Voimestina, Klukai, and Vector. Yes, you are right, but I guess she's just the most egregious example. You're correct, 100% Paul. Remember, we had this kind of conversation where like Klukai invalidated a lot of the parts of the game, and the solution was, Lumo, just don't use Klukai, which is a really stupid answer, but it's true. It's just that this has gotten even worse because there are like weird situations that Klukai can't just kill everything. I don't know. It's like, at least you have to hit the auto battle button, right? Like, we're already one more click than Voimestina. Vector only got bad when they made her ult hit the entire field, or on a 2-turn cooldown, and when her ult got buffed by a lot of the fire team members. Because remember, her ult does like baby damage normally, but if you pair her with Lewis and then everyone's taking a big slap to the face, all of a sudden it doesn't do baby damage. But you're right, these problems have existed, and that's why it's I don't know, they just I don't know, Paul. Paul, what do I do? What do I do here? But Undom says gamble. Gamble, and Josco says gamble, and I think we will. So we're going to do 7 single pulls here to get me out of my deep, dark depression that is the gameplay being shattered. Any one of these could be any one of these. It's not this one, though. Not this one. Any of the other ones. What did I get? An IOU. IOU, a Clukini. Look at it. Carter. Klukai, see? Right there. No! Ooh, I can feel it. We're getting close. I feel it. Ooh, what's this? A Colfane injecting? It was just medicine. Suspicious. Suspicious, Colfane. Okay, alright, getting a little closer. Is this the one? Paul, you can just ignore Josco. He's going to ask if he should segment 6 every character, and then he's going to segment 6 him anyway. Even if you tell him no. He's a secret whale. No, dude, we're not even getting any like silvers or ooh, what's this? Another Colfane. Now she's doing the stupid little jogging pose. I don't want Colfanes. I want Nemesis or is that all there is? Nemesis, it's just the Elmo crew, right? For these Groza, Nemesis, Krolik. Like, there's no other characters. I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to get distracted. Because this is the one. This is not the one. Why must I suffer? One shot. One opportunity. No! No! Is there any, can I, please, is there more? No. All right, we'll tune in next week. Damn, we didn't even get like a silver one. Damn, dude, they're really making me work for this. Like they know that I got, like, this fucking Florence is like laughing her ass off at me. She's like, look at this poor guy. Like I have the tokens. I could do this, but I refuse to. I want to sit in solidarity with my free-to-plays, you know? We don't support the evil Mika team and their evil money-grubbing gotcha methods. We don't do that. I'm gonna quit the game. We'll stop playing it. Mr. Pizza. Tactical Mr. Pizza. And then Mishti having a nap. Oh, it's so cute when she's falling asleep like that. Personally, just asking for nightmare difficulty. You're talking, I think, so you mean like a difficulty above heroic, Paul? Is that what you're saying? I could see that, but to be honest, they did the same thing in GFL1. It started to be the same problem. It was like, okay, well, they want to keep the events friendly to new people, so they had normal mode, right? Which is like level 20 stuff that you can just dumpster. Then after that, then they had like hard mode or extreme mode, whatever they called it, which was like fully level 60 stuff, but once again, basic level 60 stuff, so it was kind of easy. And then they had nightmare mode or hell mode or god mode, whatever they kept changing the name on it, but they made a nightmare mode in that, so it was a third difficulty. That one was actually like the enemies were scaled very like difficult, so you had to like actually use proper teams to beat them. And then if you beat nightmare mode, you got like all the previous rewards for the other two difficulties. And this might just be a guess, but I feel like that's a waste of their time, right? Like they would have to make the same map 3 times, like, and put 3 different sets of enemies and quote balance it. Although I use, I'm not even sure if they really balance things, but I almost feel like they should just cut out the 3 difficulties and just literally make it normal mode for people who just want to collect the rewards and like do it, and then tactical mode, aka heroic mode, where it's just, okay, here's the difficult content, right? Like it's expected you're going to use a whole team of fully geared out characters. I mean, the problem is the game, they scaled it so that anything past segment 0 gets like wildly out of control, right? And I hate doing this, guys. I beg your forgiveness, but I'm going to compare it to Star Rail. But so in Star Rail, the difference is when you start getting segments on characters, they get very strong, but they don't scale in the same way, right? In this game, when you get a segment 6 character, the damage output is like, I'm making numbers up here, but like 1,000% of the base form, right? In Star Rail, it's not that bad. It's like, I want to say like 200%, but even before that, at lower segments, so like segment 1 and 2, it's like 15 to 20%. Sometimes they have, I'm not going to defend them. Sometimes their segment 2s are like not just damage numbers. It's like gameplay stuff, which is incredibly obnoxious, like changes the rotation. But the difference between an account that has a bunch of segment 2s and an account that is, quote, free to play is a lot less. It's only, I don't know, 30%, 40% difference than it is like in this game, where if you have one segment 6 character, it just rolls over everything. Like even in Star Rail, if you have a segment 6 character, it will destroy most of the stuff. But I have seen in their new challenge modes and stuff, even having a segment 6 by itself will not just totally roll over the challenge mode. Like for example, the new anomaly arbitration mode. If you're trying to use just a one segment 6 with no team supporting it, like no like segments on your team, you're not necessarily going to get a platinum border. You're gonna you'll easily get a gold, but I don't know if you'll get a platinum. You could probably get a platinum if you do the non super whale mode, which is like the non juiced up mode of the boss. But what's up? We're getting off topic. The point is, the scaling in that game is a lot less, and gotta remember, Star Rail is like way less generous with how many tickets they give you. So the chances of you having a segment 6 is already incredibly low versus this game where people, free to players, were just saving up since day one, and they got themselves a Clukini, and it's been coasting ever since. So like I said, I don't want to pretend like Star Rail is like, oh, we should try and do this in our game, right? Like, but I'm just saying, like, it's gotten a little weird because since the scaling goes like that, segment 6 characters in this game do such ignorant amounts of damage compared to their base forms. It's really, really hard to balance that, right? Like if you have nightmare mode, right, that we talked about, and you're going to make nightmare mode so that it's for a account baseline of segment 0 with like good gear, like everyone's leveled, everyone's got their keys, everyone's got all their upgrades, but just no crazy amounts of segments. Maybe you got like a segment 1 Springfield on the team or something, and like a Tolol with like, if you're going to balance around that, it's going to get absolutely dumpstered by someone who shows up with, like I said, the segment 6 Klukai, right? So the opposite problem is like, okay, now do you balance around the segment 6 Klukai, which ironically was that challenge boss that we did in the like a month ago or whatever, Igla, right? Her challenge mode kind of was balanced around the idea that you're bringing a segment 6, and it worked out pretty well, like heroic challenge mode. And it worked out pretty well. It's just, I don't think they want to do that for the normal heroic missions, and it gets extra weird because the other thing I forgot to mention, in Star Rail, you don't borrow characters like you do in this game. Like you can borrow it, but you only can borrow it for like farming stages. So in this game, like the heroic mode, since you're allowed to borrow a segment 6, it also should it's almost like the baseline should be, they just expect you to show up with a Klukai, a segment 6 Klukai, in my opinion. And then everything gets like crazy because now your enemies have to have tons of HP to even survive the initial motorcycle attack. And then ideally you have to have even more HP on top of that, because then the dots are going to tick. God forbid you bring Lind, even a segment 1 Lind, you're going to double tick the dots. So now the enemies have to have like literally a million HP for like the basic guys to not like instantly die in like one turn. It starts to get like unreasonable, and I don't know. It's just it's so messy. To be honest, these are just problems that you just never, you got to plan them out ahead of time and just never let it happen. And I think we're way past that. Like the cat's out of the box. They're moving away from the, can I sit here? Really? It's like, no, you're either going to talk to Michti and Vector or Nemesis, or you're going to go to the dreamscape. You cannot sit there. Fine. You know what? I'll leave. You don't want me here? I'll just go outside, and I'll just go over here. I'll just cry by myself. Lay down. Orlic's like, oh god, the commander's crying again. It's so he's like, I know he's looking at me, just don't make eye contact, he'll go away eventually. Oh god. Anyway, okay, I'm not gonna rant anymore. Like I said, we've done this a dozen times on this channel. I'm not gonna do it again. Corpusant's story was awesome. I had a good time. When are they going to open this up? Come on, Mika. I had a great time with the story, but as far as I'm concerned, this game is a visual novel at this point. Yeah. It's a fun visual novel, and I like it. I'm not quitting. I'm not gonna say, you know, Mika bad. I'm just gonna say like it is what it is. If you want like hardcore gameplay, go find another game. But if you want feet gameplay, like right. Well, you know, I mean like, you know, like what other game? You know, how many other games can I've seen the advertisements, right? Like we all know. I know what the average gamer wants. No, it's not that. It's this. This is what they want. It's getting unhinged. Okay, it's back out. Let me catch up with chat, and I think we're gonna stop my derangement here because I'm getting out of hand. This is what no gameplay does to a man. 10 years of no gameplay. The Elmo was in the yellow zone, and there was nothing for him to do. Paul wants the new killer option. Paul says, give me something completely broken difficulty wise. I don't care if it's untested. Just bump the numbers up by 1,000. You know what, Paul? I bet you there would probably be, like, remember I was saying earlier about how you'd have to make it so that the basic enemies had like 1,000,000 HP each to survive the Klukai onslaught. I bet you they would actually get positive feedback if they made that mode, right? Because remember, heroic modes don't give you any rewards. It's just for flexing. I bet you there would be a positive reception to that. That's just my guess. Can't prove that. Don't know. But Undom says, Mika backloads a ridiculous amount into segment 6. Yes, they do. And HSR actively manipulates the environment much more aggressively to favor units. Yeah, I didn't want to get too far off topic into that, but yes, they do the shilling. They shill certain characters and playstyles. Like right now, they're shilling a brand new playstyle which got introduced, or a brand new team type that got introduced like a patch ago, which is incredibly obnoxious. It's like, imagine if they just created a new element in this game called like, I don't know, psionic element. They made like a psionic element, and they're just like, okay, cool, here's like 3 new characters for the psionic element, and all the enemies now have 50% damage reduction if you don't have the psionic damage. Right? Like that's kind of what they're doing in that game right now, which is incredibly freaking annoying. But it's yes, that is something you could do. I hate doing that. Like I said, I want to make it clear. I don't think we should be copying HSR. I don't want to say Star Rail is comfy from a meta perspective. Like that's I think caused a lot of player dropout in Star Rail. Actually, I pay attention a little bit to the community there. I try not to interact with them because gacha game communities, and especially Hoyoverse communities. But I've noticed that there's been a lot, like according to the really crappy ways, the metrics as far as like how many people are like playing the game and like pulling on characters and that, it seems like there's a downward trend. And I'm guessing that's because a lot of people don't like HSRs. They're doing the opposite, right? We're getting easier and easier and more casual, to the point where, does she literally just stand here the entire time? I'm waiting for an animation while I talk, but she literally won't do anything. I wonder if this is a bug, because I know she has animations. But yeah, HSR is going the exact opposite direction, where it's like super mega ultra power creep, like for the enemies, not for the players. Like there's player power creep too, but the enemies, the HP is just, the HP inflation is just out of control in that game, and it's the end game gets harder every day. Every single patch, it's like 30% HP inflation. I swear to God. It's not something I think you should emulate. It's just, you know, I was just kind of illustrating the differences between the two games. SW88 says the game is pretty enjoyable with light spending, so I keep spending I keep my spending below $100 a month. Damn, that's a lot. Like to me, that's a lot. I just get the battle pass and I'm doing pretty good, right? I get the little this little thing, the Voyager pass, which I haven't done right now. I usually buy this, and I buy the this little guy. And you know, things are very chill. Like I said, you can buy a lot of these are good deals, right? Like as far as gacha games go, like these, you know, $1 a ticket, that's not bad. It's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like that's exactly how I feel. You know, the game's pretty chill. It's just, if you're looking for hardcore gameplay, I don't think this is the right game anymore for that. But that's not the thing. Is that's not to say it's bad, and that's not to say they couldn't turn it around. We're having a little bit of a we're having a little bit of a discovery. Find myself. Mika team, I think, is just trying to discover who they really are. Because I know they can make difficult content. Like I said, like that Igla boss is a perfect example. Like, I think that one accidentally slipped through the testing, and like it's a little harder than they wanted it to be, but it was a good example of like, hey, look, see, they can make well-made, difficult fights that are not unfair, right? Like an appropriate difficulty level, I feel. Just my 2 cents. Paul says, I'm fine with normal mode being balanced. For low investment, I want a mode for high investment. I mean, people will just tell you that's what Gunsmoke is, but I feel you, dude. I feel you. Some of the GSF2, I'm thinking you meant GFL. GFL2 stuff, unless this is a GSF, unless it's a different game. I've seen does have some actively hard enemies, and I saw people with low investment accounts crashing out about it. Yeah, like I said, if you're talking about this game, yeah, I'm not sure what GSF. I don't know if that's a typo or if you're talking about this game, because, like I said, if in this game you just borrow a segment 6, like you just borrow a segment 6 Boy Mestina right now, and most of the maps are completed before you even like start. So that'll probably get nerfed into the ground and become super boring. Dom says they created a damage formula that has reduction interaction with old units to make you pull for new ones. Oh yeah, you're talking about for HSR. It made me quit SHR when they rolled out Elation. Yeah, like I said, I think a lot of people are not happy. They're not happy with HSR's like game design direction as far as like Elation team building, aka just use these specific units and don't think about it. And I don't think that they're really happy with a lot of the other stuff, like as far as like balancing and stuff. Like the shilling, I think, is like extremely bad in that. It's just, like I said, we don't want to pretend to be them. That's not what I was trying to hint at. Dezel says, "What up, Ernizzle? How did your polls go, dude? They went pretty good. We got Laney here on the first. We did go to soft pity, but we did win the 50-50. So we just a casual Laney. We're saving up for. We didn't get the weapon, and we're gonna save up for a segment 6 of the future. I mean, I could be like everybody else and get a Klukai, because I only need 6 more of these. I already have 1, and I have a Lind. But is it really that needed when you can just borrow one? Paul says, I'm still annoyed at Enfield with no good bundle packs and no discount on their own store. Yes, I could see. Yeah, that's it. That's been the number one complaint I've heard about Enfield, is just like, I kind of knew they were going to do that though, right? Like, I don't want to say I called it, but back when the game came out, we talked about it briefly during one of the streams, and we were discussing the how the way they set their gacha system up is very, very beneficial if you continuously pull on a character, and they really incentivize it, which sounds great, and it's really in your favor, right? Because you have better odds and you get like refunds, etc., etc. And it tricks you into going really deep on a character, except the game's natural like amount of tickets that it gives you does not allow you to do that, right? Like they're very stingy about how many tickets you get from normal gameplay. So, and because of that, it's like, it's always that like subtle mind trick of like, oh, just spend a little more and get to the next breakpoint, and you get 2 of the character. You get a segment and a guarantee, or oh, you get a 10 pull, which is then a guarantee for the next character, right? And it's always just like, hey, just a little more, just a little more, just a little more. And since the game doesn't naturally allow you to do that because they're so stingy about how much like currency they give you, it really incentivizes you to move towards the cash shop to like fill that last little bit, right? Like they kind of know, right? They're going to give you 90 pulls a month on average, and for the character to get that guaranteed segment or eidolon or whatever they call it, potential, whatever they call it in that game, that's on average 110 tickets, right? So it's like a 20 ticket gap between what your average income and like what it normally takes to get it. And they're going to know on average that people will just spend a little bit of money to close that gap because they're not going to be patient. They're not just going to wait 2 character banners. They're just going to spend a little. And that's why I'm pretty sure there's no discounts, because that's the whole point, right? The whole system incentivizes, we're tinfoil hat. We're like so tinfoil hat. They incentivize you to go deep on a character, and they let you come up short on purpose with their monthly income. And then they know you're going to go to the cash shop, so there's no reason for them to give you a discount or bundle packs. You know, they might do discounts every now and then, but I bet you they're going to be very rare. That's my conspiracy theory. I'm done. It's just so weird. She just stands here and stares at me. I don't know where to go when we're talking about this stuff, guys. Like, there's not really a good. I guess we go back to the crew deck. No, that just we need the beach ball mini game back. That's what we need. Where'd she go? She's in here somewhere. I've scrolled past her like twice, haven't I? Bella, oh, poor Robella. One day you'll be meta. Here we go. Shoot the wall. Shoot him. Get him. Oh, headshot. Paul says GSF2 was Gunsmoke Frontline 2, the new platoon mode. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that because I wanted to see more about that. But yeah, I did not like what they did. Oh, it's dude. I was really holding my tongue about it when they talked about it on the stream. I remember I had mentioned that when they first streamed it on CN, I was like watching it live, and the chat started spamming "reduce the burden," like the Chinese translation of "reduce the burden," right? I'm now on team reduce the burden. Like the whole whatever they want to call it, theater system, Gunsmoke Frontline 2. Oh god, it just seems so tedious. Like they somehow managed to make it more tedious. Like, you don't have to do the boss fight every single. I don't know. Actually, do you have to do the boss fight every single day after it opens up? Well, whatever. Leading up to it, now you have to do a bunch of busy work leading up to Gunsmoke Frontline. It's just, oh my god, Mika, how did you do this? So I'm on team reduce the burden now. I just wanna idle in the dorm rooms here and pick the characters. I don't want to play the game. And the game's for nerds. But anyway, I'm gonna hold off, Paul, a little bit before I start dumping on the new game mode too much, because I want to see it in action. I haven't had a chance. I know last time I checked, they hadn't started the boss mode, like it hadn't opened yet, which I think was 2 days ago. And I just haven't had a chance to check it still. So I'm gonna not get too Debbie Downer about it until that. Denzel says, congrats, I won, got Lainey and her weapon, and now I'm gonna save for Fetusa. Yes, dude, Fetusa, let's go. I'm hoping she's next. I hope they don't like detour us. Well, actually, no, I lied. If they detoured us to another major event and they started like cranking these out so that we catch up to CN, I'd be okay. But I am extremely excited for Fetusa and actually Basti the bestie. Those, you know, I'm a corrosion simp now. And so straight off with Enfield is that the actual games mechanic doesn't demand a lot from the players' teams, but it sucks in a gacha game that it's so hard for free-to-plays to get new characters. Conspiracy theory tinfoil hat again. And it always starts out like that. The game never demands a lot from you at the beginning, because they know that when a game launches, if they're demanding, people quit. I mean, HSR was the same way, right? 1.0, 2.0 of HSR was like real chill, real chill. It was all about just leveling multiple teams to max level and getting them all like just basic equipment. And then it turned into what it is today. So you just give it time on down. We'll come back in 6 months and we'll see if that's still true. If the game's mechanics don't demand a lot from the players, because, you know, I don't know. Granted, I haven't actually played. I've only watched Enfield. I haven't actually played it myself, so I can't comment too much about how demanding the game is, like as far as like button presses. This is me. I'm just chilling with my fake beach scene. Is this the Clukini beach scene? Oh my god, was this a hint? Did they secretly leak this before she even came out? Actually, now I need to know. Right, so there's a beach chair and some palm trees on the left. Let's see, guys. All right, we're good. Unhinged conspiracy. I said I was going to end this stream 15 minutes ago. What's wrong with me? I guess I could have just clicked the... Oh, I can just click it here. No, no, okay, it is different, right? These trees are there on the left. There is no chair. This is a different scene. Actually, can we see? Maybe is it somewhere in the cutscene here? Nope, nope. Okay, all right. They get away with it. Yeah, Paul, I don't want to play the game. Playing the game's for nerds. Okay, I think we are gonna stop the stream though. We've did some gambling. We talked about news. I will get back to you guys next week with more CN news. We have a bunch of stuff. We're gonna talk about Sapo next week. Hopefully they'll have her skills out, and actually, hopefully she should be released next week on CN side. So maybe I'll have some like actual like better footage to show you guys. We don't have anything scheduled coming up on our servers. Oh wait, that's right. We have the little camera mode. This was the big update that we got. So I mean, screw gameplay. How do I even get to the camera mode? Is it? Gotta go down here. Is it E? How do I? Guys, how do I do this? Where's the? Oh, is it C? The other camera mode. Not to be confused with the video recorder mode. How do I? Oh no. How do I get the different? There we go. Look at camera. What is this? Oh, this is the commander icon I'm using for my profile. I'm like, why does it show Lind? I'm like, it's got my name, but it's got Lind's picture. But that's because that's the that's my ID card profile, I bet. Peace. Oh yeah. How many different ones? Charisma. The Riz? Is this the Riz? Oh, dude. The commander mode. I don't know how to. I have to master this for next time. I don't know how to move the, like, unlock it. Is it this? No. Whatever. I'll master this for next time. Dude, look at this. Look at this. Do you play the game? No. How could you tell? I don't play the game. I just play for the dorm room. Praise the Sunborn? Oh, it's a reference. It's a reference because they call their company Sunborn. Sunborn Network Technologies, I think is the proper name. But it's also reference to the other game. Other game I'm having in mind blank, was it Dark Souls 2? Praise the Sun? I don't remember, dude. I'm old. Give me a break. Oh wait, what's this? Whoa, get filters? Okay, we're gonna come back to this for sure next time. Oh dude. Oh dude. So colorful. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me trauma dump all my complaints about the game and gambling. We're gonna hold that peace sign. Yas, queen. Yas. We're gonna come back next week. We'll cover all the stuff we didn't cover this week, and we'll do some gameplay. Oh, that's right. It'll be Gunsmoke Funline. Maybe we'll do some Gunsmoke Funline. Paul can critique me. I'll try my best to not make an idiot of myself. That'll give us something to do. We'll actually play the game, Paul. I hope you'll be happy. You know, can I just actually, maybe we should just, Paul, we're going to team up. I'm going to do a stream, but I'm just going to actually just play recordings of you playing the game. I'm just going to go to your YouTube channel and I'm just going to play your videos and I'm going to pretend it's me playing. That's going to be our collab. That way you can play the game and I can pretend like I'm playing the game. So, but anyway, we'll come back next week. We'll do all that. You guys all have a great weekend. You have great luck on your polls. I hope everyone gets segment 6 Laney and her weapon. And yeah, I will catch you guys. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. It's always like this. Whatever. Peace out. Do the charisma pose. Yes. Why, yes. I do play Girls Frontline too. How could you tell?